Good afternoon, welcome to our Camnet Midday News. My name is Amazing Kantamanda. Let's take a look at the stories that are making the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema shames doomsayers on the LGBT rights. The church condemns the parading of nudity on social media.
Team, the trajectory of the business looks very positive, and it looks like we'll be able to launch the ministry.
It has so much data.
Mom?
Yes, baby?
It says here, global warming and climate change is caused by the pollution from careless activities of human beings.
Wow!
Son, do you know I can turn my phone into a TV remote?
How's that possible?
It's so easy. Check this out.
Be smart, be fast with mega data from Zamtel. Get your 15 GB mobile data for only 100 kwacha, 30 GB mobile data for only 200 kwacha, and your 70 GB LTE data bundle with free Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, and WhatsApp. Visit our Facebook page, website, or service centers countrywide for more information. Zamtel, your digital lifestyle partner.
Thank you for staying with us, and now the news in detail. The Independent Churches of Zambia, President Bishop David Masupa has expressed disappointment at what he terms as an increase of levels of immorality in the country. Bishop Masupa says the immoral behavior being exhibited by young people who are moving half naked is a sign of the end days.
Indecent dressing and immoral behavior is slowly becoming a trend in the country, with women now resolving to move in half naked. In the past few days, social media was taken ablaze with videos and pictures of former Minister of Education Michael Kayengu's daughter, Iris Kayengu's half-dressed body at the Fenty Beauty launch. This has raised concerns of whether the country has lost its principles following the removal of the Ministry of Religious Affairs as a standalone ministry by the current administration. In an interview with Camnet News, Independent Churches of Zambia President Bishop David Masupa says the immoral behavior has nothing to do with the removal of the Ministry of Religious Affairs, but that the world is in its last days, and as it is written, people will become reckless. The bishop is, however, disappointed with the displaying of obscene images to the general public.
Separating of Ministry of National Guidance and Religious Affairs from being a standalone ministry to a department has caused the degradation of moral values in Zambia. That is not true. It's far away from the truth. People have just become sinful because we are living in days where prophecy is becoming true.
And some Lusaka residents are disappointed with the conduct of Ms. Kayengu, and they say according to culture, women are not allowed to undress and show certain parts of their body to the public. The resident, identified as Joshua, has since called upon the police to do what is right to preserve the coming generation.
So there is no way up to Muzimai as Ngara and research. Urobijavana Pesati, Wangara, Wazipura, Zimai. Amina Nambira, Umena Kamira Pujianga, Ninja Ramine Maringesaso, otherwise, Umbaria Muzimai is Bifuni.
The coming of the Western culture into Africa is slowly disintegrating the morals of the country, where immoral conduct is being perceived right, while the authorities are not taking any actions to bring sanity into their country. Cherish Siwate, for Camnet News, Lusaka.
President Hakainde Hichilema has dispelled talks that his government is in support of gay rights in the country, saying that Zambia is a Christian nation and will remain as such. Speaking during the funeral service for Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha's wife, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema says his government does not support gay rights and that the law regarding that will continue to take its course.
Earlier this month, 22, the Swedish and Finnish embassies in Zambia flew the rainbow flag along with their own national flags on their premises, which stand for the support of lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and intersex LGBTQI rights. This act has received criticism from some stakeholders who have described it as a breach of the 1961 Vienna Convention, a lack of due regards to the laws of Zambia, and religious, together with cultural sensitivity to its people. And some stakeholders accused President Hichilema of being receptive to LGBT rights. And during the National Matters program, Healing Words Ministries overseer, Pastor Moses Chuluba, while anchoring the program discussing the controversial subject, made the following remarks.
President HH has not said a word, and I wouldn't falter him. The members of parliament haven't said a word. The government has not said a word. But I want to look into this camera and appeal to President HH in case this thing reaches his desk, and also members of parliament who may be pushing in the name of human rights. We are at a crossroad, Mr. President. The choice is yours. You are the leader. Just as your big brother, elder brother, President Chilwa said, this nation will go towards God. President Mwanawasa said, I will rule by God. President Sata said, I will rule by God. President Banda and yourself. Either we obey God or we obey the United Nations. The choice is ours.
And during the funeral of a wife to Attorney General Mulilo Kabesha Monday, Zambia's 7th President Hakainde Hichilema said gay rights or lesbian rights will not be allowed in Zambia, considering that Zambia is a Christian nation.
I'm following what's going on in the country today. To say the New Dawn government is promoting lesbian rights, gay rights, that is not right. We have said it before in opposition and now in government that we do not support gay, lesbian rights as a government. The records are there. The media houses carry those records from years back. But today, in the recent days, people are propagating in the churches, preaching about lesbian rights and UPND government, New Dawn being this and that. That is divisive. You know it's not right. Let's focus on unity. Let's focus on materiality, things that matter for this country.
While LGBT rights may be considered normal in other countries, in Zambia, they amount to an abomination and a crime. Mercy Chaneka reporting for Camnet TV News, Lusaka.
Community budgeting groups in Monza district of Southern Province have charged that many developmental projects have stalled in the area because residents have not been holding the contractors accountable. The residents have told Camnet TV in an interview that there is need to ensure projects tracking by holding both leaders and contractors accountable if emirs of public resources is to be dealt with.
Completion of projects in the country has been a subject of great concern, and most contractors have walked to freedom without being held accountable for not completing projects even after being paid. Residents of Monza district in Southern Province, however, say they are eager to ensure that all stalled works are completed by visiting the sites and asking the leaders to be accountable as to why projects are stalled. The residents say they have gained more knowledge on the budget tracking process after the Zambia Council for Social Development formed community budgeting groups in the area and educated them on how they can track the budget.
Then abawunka kuma boarding secondary schools abalo banji bagatambulwa bagawunka winda mu mulimo ngo tuberega buli ba CBT antomwa abawa development committee so milime ifayibona kwamba kuti ani bubole bwanu bwatukoya maningi kamba siko tugena luhi twataka gisirumwe alimwe abwiba kwamba kuti ana siko tukisiru bazu mu mali ahulumende agisi mukapozi wa mali agisi twaba luhi basiko twataka gisi.
The ways of the group by making sure that the group reaches even the remotest places of their catchment area to ensure that no one is left behind, and actually the group wants to work with all the developmental partners that are in the catchment area.
And Chona Community Budgeting Group under Kaomba constituency also says it has been engaging the leaders in the area to see where the resources have been used in the past and how the 25.7 million Kwacha Constituency Development Fund will be utilized.
Bursaries, the implementation of bursary funds. This had actually also delayed. So as a group, they went and made sure that they found out why things were not moving until they discovered that actually the project is moving. Actually has applied and they have been approved. So the group wants to make sure that they utilize all the funds to ensure that it helps the group and their beneficiaries.
Meanwhile, the Zambia Council for Social Development Programs manager Zebis Zimba says the call by the Ministry of Finance to make budget submissions for the 2023 national budget gives an opportunity for people who have never participated in the budgeting process to do so.
It is delighting to note that people here are full of enthusiasm to participate actively in the national budgeting process. I think what we want to appreciate as Zambia Council is the partnership of NGOCC, Oxfam, and ourselves with support from the European Union, which has given birth to this initiative.
Zambia has an aspiration of becoming a prosperous middle-income country by the year 2030. However, this will not be attained if the people do not participate in the formulation of the national budget, as well as hold those who handle the resources accountable by tracking the implementation of the national budget. Prudence Chota, reporting for Camnet TV News.
Fear has gripped residents of Lusaka's Kalikiliki compound following an attack on 2 victims in which one lost his life. On May 29, 2022, police recorded death while another nursing wounds at the hospital after they were stabbed by unknown people.
Continued police presence is what the community is calling for. This is Kalikiliki compound, one of Lusaka's densely populated settlements. On Sunday, 2 brothers were attacked by unknown people, in which one succumbed to cruel stabbings while leaving the other in critical condition, currently nursing his wounds in hospital. A check by Camnet News found a tense situation as some residents expressed fear, calling for police patrols to curb crimes in this community.
05/22 kunali winango anapunda ati Soweto mpamene manje atiromba tikumenya kalasti manje ndiyelomba kumchaya kuti uzileka kuba isendisa kapokora ndisuzira kuti isendisa kapokora wayi mkuba koma banyamata nankhalapo ene pano sana bepo luwande nkalibowa vere kuba olondeyo lomba so naine pano naine ni chiopsezo chakayena chifuka nyamata amene abanyamata majangi opemba ogudi chavyamba amene aba bankhala mchinyumba bankhala balinengane naine nini chiopsezo ndana zani pa mzanaina mzabwera pano mzangu bonikopa mnyumba ni chitumbi nani chifuka vana nani bali aenda makamping so nikamba pano bali makamping vana nikhalapo na neka mwamenewo.
Others have condemned the drug abuse by young people, threatening the peace and order in the compound.
Mwana wanga wanamulasa manai, mwana wanga mkazi. So, kesi ili mmanja mwaka pokola na wevi wanamanga kalipa mene hapa chani. Pakalikiliki polisi. So, until wakapokola ndiye wanatenga hivyo. Anali anamwalira cheni kambe so. Stenzo zuwa tanga uki. Until kuja kwa hospital waenda. Waenda wamwika na madrip ya manzi ya 15. But mairo pamene wanaenda wamai na wamai wana wakazi wanga but ndiye pamene anapeza kwa trist but bakambate aliko bwino manja hapo but situation yame anapo apezekamo situation hiyo namvira chapati ni mamuna wake anamulasa mai So amene awanyamata kuti ati wamapepa machamba chani bija behavior yakaena amene bali nayo siri bwino.
Meanwhile, police have instituted investigation in the matter of the attack. Alex Shimba, Camnet News in Lusaka.
That item brings us to the end of our Camnet Midday News, but before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made the headlines. President Hakainde Hichilema shames doomsayers on the LGBT rights. The church condemns the parading of nudity on social media. Those are the stories that we had for you. Thank you for joining us. My name is Amazing Katamanda. Good afternoon.